changing the subject a little bit. The police are having a hard time. They put their lives on the line, and there's a process where they go in front of these judges, and I'm appalled at some of the stuff that happens, and I don't know whether you as in the city, as a mayor, oversee any of this, but our judicial system seems somewhat bland.
You can respond to that. Go for it.
It's your favorite. Yeah. I actually don't think Tim wants to respond to this because he says we shouldn't blame the judges in this city. But it's really something that he said that's absolutely not something that the mayor of the city of Albuquerque should be blaming. And so honestly, this is a major problem in our city. Why would a mayor not care about catch and release judges that are dumping criminals back on our streets right now? And the bottom line is this is a reform of the criminal court system, and the point was to try to reduce the jail population, and they did. They overshot is what happened. And so I care about judges' decisions that are putting dangerous people back out on our streets in Albuquerque. And I will do everything I can do. And even if it's a bully pulpit, I can tell you that just the attention that our campaign has been putting on this, I believe the tide's beginning to turn. And people are starting to look at pretrial services and saying, is this really holding people accountable? It's not. I mean, the criminals are laughing at us right now. And so I care about the people in this city, the little girls in this city, the women in this city that are put in danger because of dangerous people that are continually put out on our streets and they're not held accountable. And they call, the system we have right now calls just about everybody low-level nonviolent. Even somebody who stabbed somebody 27 times on a bus on Central and put out in the city. Our detectives had to go find that guy and make sure he showed up because he laughed at pretrial services. And so this is a broken criminal court system. And we have some good judges. I'd like to know which ones that Tim thinks are the catch and release judges and which ones aren't. I think people in the city know them as catch and release judges. And that's now we can say that the judge is just using the rules that they have. Well, good. Let's expose those rules that they have that are causing people to be bled out on our streets. We're going to take responsibility for what we can do as a city. We're going to get to the amount of police officers that we need. We're going to ensure that those police officers are responding to calls and our detectives are investigating crimes and gathering evidence and showing up in court. But I'm also not going to ignore the fact that decisions are being made that are making our city much more dangerous, making it dangerous.
Well, I think there's a couple of things on this. One, I absolutely agree it's a problem, and it's a problem that I've been working on in a number of ways as hard as I can. But I think, if there's anything that we've seen here today, there's a little bit of like government 101 at play in terms of who's got the authority to do what. And the governor appoints judges, we vote on them. The mayor has nothing to do with judges. Now, to say that I'm going to call them out or hold them accountable, I've done that as state auditor. I know how to hold people accountable. And I can tell you I'm running for mayor because I want to do more than that. I actually want to fix the problem. What a mayor should be doing on this issue is not waiting for judges. We should actually be addressing crime in our city. That's the mayor's job, and that's what I want to do. And let me tell you, we have a huge police shortage. We know this. At least 400 officers. Why do we have that? We cut our police department. We had city council after city council who could have actually increased the number of detectives so that we could prosecute folks and so the judges had no choice but to keep those folks in jail. I want to address crime now. And to do that, I need every officer on the street. I need to reform APD. I need to finish the DOJ reforms. I got to get 400 more officers. These are things that will actually reduce the 911 wait time, which is right now over 90 minutes. These are things that will prevent the stabbing on the bus. These are things that will keep criminals off our street in the first place so that they aren't revolving door in the first place. That's the mayor's job. That's what I want to do. And at the end of the day, I think we also need to be clear. I am running to solve the problems of the city. That's what taking responsibility means. Pointing fingers at anyone else is what we've been doing for the last 10 years. That's part of the problem, is we have our leaders who will blame everyone but themselves for the last 8 years and how we have destroyed policing in our community. As mayor, I want to rebuild policing in our community. I want to bring us together. I don't want to divide us and wait for anyone else. Because the last thing about this, even if you disagree with us, it is going to take so long to reform the judicial system. I am not going to wait. I'm going to do everything I can today as mayor, and that means things I can control, not just calling out everyone else.